Thank you for joining this public meeting for the I-345 Connects project. I'm Travis Campbell, Director of Transportation Planning and Development for the TxDOT Dallas District. For those of you here in person, please note that this presentation is being recorded and will be uploaded to the project website after tonight's meeting. If you're watching this recording online, you can pause the presentation at any point to allow for more time to view the slides or get a more detailed view of the project information and other exhibits on the website. Understanding how our projects impact communities is important to TxDOT. The following presentation will provide an update on the I-345 Connect project and instruction on how you can connect with us and provide input for this project. We will continue to work closely with stakeholders, communities, and the public as we move forward. Thank you for your time and interest in improving our transportation system. Please note that there will be no formal Q&A session following this presentation. We will cover how to provide comments and input later in this presentation. November 7th, 2000 was the last deathless day on roads in Texas. That means for over 2 decades, at least one person has died every single day. We all have a part to play to change that. This message is that reminder to end the streak of deaths on Texas highways. We need drivers and passengers to act more responsibly and help us reach our goal of 0 deaths by 2050. Texans can play a major role in ending fatal crashes with a few simple driving habits. Wear seatbelts, drive the speed limit, put away the phone and other distractions, and never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs. So please do your part and share this message with your friends and family. This public meeting has been convened by TxDOT and is being held to receive and consider comments for the public regarding the I-345 Connects project. You may have attended previous public meetings conducted by TxDOT. However, for the benefit of those who have never attended one, I will explain why and how the department conducts a public meeting. A public meeting has 4 essential purposes. 1, to inform the public of the status of planning efforts on the project and to present the recommendations based on studies performed to date. 2, to describe the project to the public, including known potential project impacts to the human and natural environments. 3, to provide the public an opportunity to view information and express their ideas and concerns at this stage in the planning process, while the ability to respond to comments is still flexible and before location and decisions are finalized. 4, and finally, to develop a record of public views and participation to accompany recommendations for subsequent decisions. This public meeting is being held in compliance with both federal and state laws. Documentation of this meeting will be made available for the official record. The design schematic and other project information may be viewed at www.keepitmovingdallas.com under Public Meetings and Hearings or directly at www.345connects.com. The information on these websites is the same information being presented in this presentation. The I-345 Connects project extends from I-30 to Woodall Rodgers Freeway, also known as Spur 366, and includes improvements to the interchange of I-30 and I-345. The total project length is approximately 2.8 miles. The proposed project is located just east of downtown Dallas in Dallas County. I-345 connects I-45 to US 75 through downtown Dallas and is currently a bridge structure. The purpose of the proposed project is to improve multimodal mobility, meet current design standards, and reduce highway maintenance costs. The proposed project is needed because the existing I-345 from I-30 to Spur 366 provides limited direct pedestrian and bicycle amenities or accommodations to connect communities to achieve multimodal mobility, does not meet current design standards, and is reaching its useful design life, resulting in an increase in maintenance cost. I-345 was originally constructed in 1973. In 2012, TxDOT conducted a feasibility study to evaluate 9 alternatives to improve the structural condition of the bridge, reduce maintenance costs, and reduce the frequency of maintenance and preservation activities. In 2014, TxDOT began a study to review the major interstates surrounding and entering downtown Dallas. The Dallas City Center Master Assessment Process, or Dallas City Map, showed us the art of the possible. City Map developed 5 potential scenarios developed on high-level planning that could be incorporated for the I-345 corridor. In 2018, TxDOT initiated the most recent I-345 feasibility study to further examine the 5 potential alternatives derived from the City Map study. The goals established under the city map process included understanding how each alternative studied impacted mobility, connectivity, sustainability, and economic development. TxDOT carried forward those city map goals into the I-345 feasibility study goals. The 5 conceptual alternatives developed during the feasibility study included no build or leave I-345 as is alternative, a depressed alternative, removal alternative, elevated alternative, and hybrid alternative. The hybrid alternative was created to combine the best elements from the depressed and the removal alternatives based on public feedback and coordination with the City of Dallas. The hybrid alternative is like the US 75, meaning main lanes are below grade. However, there are no continuous frontage roads along either side. Cross streets are proposed over I-345 on ground level. Ultimately, in 2022, the hybrid alternative was refined based on public comment and identified as the recommended alternative to be carried into the I-345 Connects project schematic and environmental phase. Extensive public involvement and agency outreach took place throughout the previously mentioned studies to help the I-345 Connects project team recommendation of the hybrid alternative. Outreach has taken place in the form of meetings with stakeholders, public meetings, surveys, listening sessions, one-on-one meetings, various newsletter publications, presentations, media mentions, widely publicized project fact sheets and infographics, and hosting all study information on the publicly accessible study website. To find a more detailed breakdown of each previously mentioned study and public involvement documentation and synopsis, visit www.keepitmovingdallas.com. After much coordination between TxDOT and the City of Dallas, the City Council voted on and passed a resolution on May 24, 2023 that conditionally supported the refined hybrid option. The resolution called for the formation of subcommittees to address the various elements in the City Council resolution. The subcommittees include the Restoration of the Surface City Street Grid Subcommittee, which focuses on restoration of the surface street grid, the Surplus Right-of-Way Subcommittee, which prioritizes development of potential surplus right-of-way, and the Connect Dallas Subcommittee, which will ensure the project adheres to the Connect Dallas Strategic Mobility Plan. The established subcommittees and their individual goals have helped the project team maintain a partnership with the City of Dallas throughout the development of the project by involving many city departments and establishing positive outcomes that support each subcommittee purpose. The environmental review, consultation, and other actions required by applicable federal environmental laws for this project are being or have been carried out by TxDOT pursuant to 23 U.S.C. 327 and a Memorandum of Understanding dated December 9, 2019, and executed by FHWA and TxDOT. An environmental assessment will be prepared for the proposed project to comply with the National Environmental Policy Act, also known as NEPA. The environmental assessment will identify and assess potential impacts to the natural and human environment, including air quality, archaeological resources, non-archaeological historic properties, community impact assessment, biological resources, hazardous materials, indirect and cumulative impacts, traffic noise, water resources, and public involvement. The project environmental constraints map is used to help planners and engineers determine the least impactful method to fulfill the purpose of the project. The full map is available at the in-person meeting and can also be viewed on the project website. In the case of I-345, some of the major known constraints include 3 DART railway crossings, 1 adjacent DART railway, 5 parks, historic resources, and potential hazardous materials. Environmental studies for this project are ongoing. The draft environmental assessment will be available for review at the public hearing. Currently, there is no additional right-of-way required for the project, and there are no anticipated displacements or relocations. The I-345 Connects project offers a surplus right-of-way totaling approximately 9.7 acres. There is a process in place that gives priority to the local government agencies who may be interested in acquiring such areas. The process begins once construction is complete and is handled by TxDOT's right-of-way division. Surplus tracts would first be offered for purchase at the appraised value to the City of Dallas, Dallas County, and Dallas Independent School District for 30 days. If none of those entities is interested in a surplus right-of-way tract, TxDOT next offers it for purchase at its appraised value to abutting property owners for 30 days. If this does not result in sale of the tract, then TxDOT notifies the general public of the opportunities to submit a sealed bid offer to purchase, and the property would be sold to the highest bidder. The potential surplus right-of-way is preliminary and subject to change based on further developments from the public input and technical review. The existing I-345 facility is an elevated urban highway that typically consists of 3 12-foot wide main lanes in each direction with 8 to 10-foot wide shoulders on each side. The existing discontinuous frontage road lanes are 12-foot wide with 2 and 3 lanes in each direction. There are discontinuous sidewalks and limited bicycle accommodations located within the project limits. The existing right-of-way width varies between approximately 280 feet and 635 feet. The proposed project includes the reconstruction of I-345 to include 3 12-foot wide through main lanes in each direction that would be below ground with city street connections over the main lanes. Various auxiliary lanes will be provided for access to interchanges as needed. Discontinuous frontage roads would be constructed between Good Latimer Expressway and Hall Street. Additional cross and side streets would be realigned and reconstructed at ground level to accommodate the reconstruction of I-345 and its interchanges with Spur 366 and I-30. The project would also include 10-foot wide sidewalks at cross streets, both sides, and 6-foot wide sidewalks along the frontage roads. Crossings involved in the reconstruction include I-30, Canton Street, Commerce Street, Main Street, Elm Street, Pacific Avenue, Cesar Chavez Boulevard, Live Oak Street, Hawkins Street, North and South Good Latimer Expressway, Ross Avenue, Louise Avenue, Dawson Street, Hickory Street, and Spur 366. The proposed project would eliminate the Taylor Street connection that currently crosses the highway and adds a new connection for Hawkins Street. Side or adjacent streets proposed for improvement include Eureka Street, Bryan Street, and Arts Plaza. The I-345 Connects project anticipated ready-to-let date is in 2033 and would take approximately 4 years to construct. Letting is when TxDOT notifies the construction community that a project is ready to be bid on. Construction on a project begins after the letting process is complete. The total estimated construction cost for the project is approximately $1.65 billion. The project is currently unfunded for construction. The public comment period for this public meeting ends on Friday, April 5th, 2024. Following this public meeting, the project design will be refined per public input, environmental studies will be completed, and additional public involvement involving a public hearing will be held. The final environmental clearance is anticipated for the spring of 2025. As mentioned earlier, comments will be accepted in 4 ways, which are outlined here. All comments will be fully considered and responded to in the project record and made part of the final environmental document. This document will then be made available to the public review online at www.345connects.com. All statements, comments, and questions will be given careful consideration before final design features are determined. All comments must be received or postmarked by Friday, April 5th, 2024, to be included in the official public meeting summary. Please note, there will not be a Q&A session following this presentation. Staff will be at various stations ready to answer any questions you may have. We sincerely appreciate your participation and interest concerning the proposed I-345 Connects project. Your questions, comments, and concerns will receive careful consideration. Thank you. This concludes the presentation.